all know the saying, carpe diem, seize the day, live for the moment, be in the present. But how do you do that when you've got so many things going on and basically just life gets in the way? How do you stay present? Well, Linda West is joining us. And listen, she's everything. She's a psychic, she's a medium, she's a spiritual advisor. She has her master's degree in metaphysics. She's a speaker, and she's the author of 8 Keys, a special delivery message from the angels. You can have the life of your dreams. But can we? Can we really have the life of our dreams?
This is the beauty of this is my story. Because I started out in a dysfunctional home, as so many people did. Sexual, physical, emotional abuse. And when I left at 18, I had no capacity to understand how life really worked. And so this book talks about the journey. I was invisible for over 2/3 of my life, invisible. Now, try and get that. And how you make your journey from being invisible to goddess. And if we can learn to love ourselves, understand how energy works, because everything is energy. Ask Einstein, everything is energy. We can completely and totally change our lives. I did it because I lived a life where I thought everything was against me, and now I live a life where everything I ask for I get. My life is full of joy. I'm doing what I love. It's amazing.
So how do we do that? How do we make the most of every day? I mean, I know we've got 8 keys here that I'd like to go through, but get us started.
Let me get you started. When my daughter was about 6 or 7 years old, you know the time when you have your children and they actually talk to you? So I picked her up after school, and we're driving down the road, and I'm an owner of 2 businesses, I've got appointments that I have, I had to take care of groceries, and sitting next to me is my adorable little girl who's saying, Mom, and telling me her whole day, what happened, and I stop at the light, and I realize in that moment, I haven't heard a word she said.
Because you're so focused.
Because I'm somewhere else. I'm either in yesterday about what happened, or I was in the future, and I stopped at the light, and I looked at her, and I said, well, honey, I'm sorry, I was out of the moment. Start all over again. Tell me everything. We are all in that same mode. There's so much going on, business owners, parents. What you have to do is be conscious. And we're not conscious. We're not taught to be conscious. Being in the moment is not a trick. It's about paying attention and being here now. Being out of the moment is a habit. So when you start being in the moment, all of a sudden you go, we're so stressed, thinking about tomorrow, thinking about my appointments, have to go to the grocery store, what am I going to get, makes us like this. What we want is to be like, all is well right now. So we have to get out of the habit. It's like any other habit, kicking the habit of smoking, kicking the habit of sugar.
So it's okay to let go. I think so much of us feel like, so many of us feel that I can't get all these things done, or I have to do this and this and this, because we want to be in control. And isn't that what the saying is? You want to see God laugh, you tell him your plans.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm going to do it my way.
And you're a very powerful woman, I'm a very powerful woman, and we love to handle things. I'm going to handle things. And what I had to learn is I don't have to handle things. The book goes into that in much more detail. But just like our second point here, it's you also have to decide whether you live in a hostile or friendly universe. That's Einstein. I love Einstein, by the way.
So let's say we're in a hostile universe. How do I make the transition into a friendly one?
Well, you need to make a decision, because since everything is energy, my book describes a lot about energy. I go around the country teaching people about energy. What we don't realize is that everything is energy. So to understand that a little more clearly, think of your cell phone. I dial your number, it's a frequency, it's energy. We could almost understand it when there were wires, remember?
Right, sure.
But now, energy, the frequency goes out, and I get you when I call your number. I don't get 10 other people. Everything being energy, what you're putting out is what you're getting back. So we have to decide, just say, I live in a very friendly universe. All is well in my life. We are literally changing habits of a lifetime when we do this. And there's no magic trick. I remember when I decided to change how my thoughts were. And I was actually working very mainstream, corporate
Yeah.
America. I was selling insurance at the time, had all my licenses, managing an insurance office. And I went to work and I said, I'm gonna keep my thoughts positive. I must have stopped myself 100 or 150 times that day.
Oh my gosh, and Linda, we are already running out of time,
Oh
but I
my
also know,
gosh.
I know, can you believe it? And it's also very important to meditate, take that little time.
Take the moment for you.
For you.
Take the moment when you go, I'm in the moment, I live in a friendly universe, all is well. That's all you need to do.
We're gonna take the moment, we'll be right back after this with more of the Morning Scramble. Linda West, everybody.
That is the best.